Welcome to S.H.A, the name, acronym, and process of Surrender, Heal, Ascend. This treatment will help you recover to a new, healthier, transformed version of you. Like the phoenix rising from its ashes and the lotus emerging from the mud, you can and will realize a shift from personality to soul. An ascension of shame, fear, isolation to peace, joy, and wholeness.
Welcome to the healing video on Surrender, Heal, Ascend. You can probably recognize that as the second piece of the treatment process of Surrender, Heal, and Ascend. And perhaps you've already arrived here after having watched the Surrender video or gone through the Surrender part of the treatment process itself. But what a wonderful place to come from. The detachment of the ego, the demystifying of our addiction and the learning and the education and the power of surrendering. And here we are at the healing part, which is almost by far the lion's share of the treatment that we get to do. That healing process, mind, body, and spirit, putting us back together from where we came from. It reflects on a poet Rumi quote that says, "The wound is where the light enters us. The wound is where the light enters us." We are not afraid of our wounds. In fact, those are the opportunities for the most growth in our life, quite possibly. And it brings about this topic that I love to talk about. It's a Japanese principle called Kintsugi. Kintsugi, if you've never heard of it, you've probably seen it. And I will show you an example. Yes, I did plant this guy, and yes, I did do this painting. It's as a representation of the real thing. I think we can agree. This is not great Japanese pottery, nor is it fine art, but it illustrates the point. And I did it just to do that. That if you have seen that Japanese pottery that's been broken and then stitched together with a golden lacquer, the fact of the matter in that principle and that culture, the pottery after it's been broken and put back together is worth more than when it was before it was even broken. And that's because now it has history. And the relevance of Kintsugi to the process of healing us, our mind, body, and spirit, is that we firmly believe that we can emerge out of this process of addiction and recovery better than when we went into it. Taking those broken pieces, and certainly having arrived after a surrender and then into heal, we have had a few broken pieces. We wouldn't be here unless we had those broken pieces. And to put those together and mend ourselves through some pretty disciplined approaches. And the purpose of this video isn't to go into all of those, but I'll give you a flavor for it. It's a high amount of accountability and daily practice where we put ourselves back together. The body, the mind, and the spirit. An acronym that we use is called Taking Your Daily Meds. And meds is a play on words. We don't advocate the use of the medication unless it's required, but meditation, exercise, diet, and sleep. And monitoring each of those and helping you figure out what's your best meditation, what is your best exercise program, what is your best nutritional or diet program and regimen. Let's get your body healing through the sleep again. Let's rejuvenate what we've got, put those pieces back together in the healing process. And I'll tell you what, the bigger part of it is the mind. And being able, through a very disciplined approach of looking at our belief systems and healing those and replacing those. This video isn't meant to show you all those details, but just know it's not in isolation. We will be looking at thought patterns and rejuvenating new neural highways through our mind so that we can become a new person again. And a final quote to wrap this up, it's a firmly held belief. One of my favorite authors, Ernest Hemingway, he says this. He says, "The world breaks all of us, but afterwards, many are stronger in broken places." And we encourage you to work with us and come through this program, and I'm very excited to help you through the healing.